It's time for the Jesse T Show. Hey, it's good to be back with you. It's time for the Jesse T Show, on the air and everywhere from the community to the world. Hey, it's me, Jesse T. Can't help any but me, Jesse T. Good to have you along with us on Facebook.com/Jesse Terrero. Also podcasting and broadcasting on YouTube at Jesse Terrero, at Instagram Live, Twitter, and LinkedIn, and so many others. Good to have you along with us on a Wednesday in Southern California. Normally we have an interview with a special guest, VIP, someone who's fun and interesting. But not today, because I wanted to do a little politics today. I want to talk about the season of events. I haven't had the opportunity to do that in a little bit. So I thought, today I'd take the time out and just chit-chat with you guys a little bit about my feelings and thoughts about what's going on in the world today. But my goodness, the world is upside down, inside out, and right side in and inside out, Still fighting the cold, though. Excuse me. I just came back from the doctor. I don't have pneumonia, and that's a good thing. But I do have this ongoing cold. He gave me some amoxicillin. Ooh, I love that, man. I already took a couple of them, feeling better already. So I'm back, and I'm always ready to get steady with you, my friends. It's good to have you along. Susan Blackie checking in, and also Patricia Mendoza, the beautiful Susan and Patricia. Thank you very much. I had a great weekend, and you had a good weekend, too, up in Big Bear. All right, Susan. Hey, Big Bear's a cool place. I used to go up there an awful lot during the winter time and hang out up there. Summer times, too, but the winter was always a lot funner in Big Bear. And we used to run all those mountain trails up there and do all that crazy stuff. A lot of fun up there. Big Bear is a great place to hang out. In fact, about 30 years ago, I was going to buy a place right by the little airport up there in Big Bear. I never did. I should have. Boy, it sure is worth a lot more money than I was going to pay for it, like $78,000 about 30 years ago. But excuse me as I through the show, but I am fighting the cold. But anyhow, it has gone up. But hopefully you're making some good, positive decisions in your financial life. And if you aren't, always stay tuned to the Jesse T Show on $1 Million Money Making Monday. Of course, the show is brought to you by Win Real Estate Loan and Notary Firm. You can check them out at www.mrsold.com. jesset.com. Yes, it's my business, and I own it for many, 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 many decades. And hey, what better place to get sponsored by your own business, right? Keep it in the family, I say. But hey, I tell you, we do a real good job finding houses for folks and properties, and also listing properties and keeping it sold. Always remember, though, nothing happens overnight. It does take some time to get that property sold or to find that property. We also do loans for you, too. Every kind of loan, as you can imagine, from hard money, private money, conventional money. We're pretty good at putting those deals together for you. No money down, 3% down, 3.5%. And we do traveling notary service, so we'll take care of your business there. Saying hi to Dean Olson and Benny Martinez. I wonder if that's the Benny Martinez I worked with at Mega 92.3, Jamming Oldies, Mega 92.3. Benny Martinez and I worked together at KCMG in Los Angeles, and I hope it is. Haven't seen him in a while. Hey, Benny, how you doing, buddy? Gosh, it's been about 20 years since I've seen your name pop up in my life. Good to have you along. And once again, saying hi to Dean Olson, who has us on. We're broadcasting, podcasting live across the KTNT radio and TV network, and trying out some new music here for our intro music as we do some upgrades. You like that sound there? We put that together a couple of days ago, and we thought you might like that. Saying hi to Luis De Stefano. Hey, Luis, how you doing, buddy? Hey, maybe you guys like this sound. This kind of cool. What do you think about this song here? Some new intro music for the Jesse T Show. Kind of like that? That's something we call happiness. Yeah, and we put together a whole bunch of music over the last couple of weeks here. I'm going to play another one for you. What do you think about this one here? This is kind of interesting. We put this together about 4 weeks ago, and so I'm kind of playing around with a little bit of music right here. See if you guys like this one here. Let's put this back here and start this one out. Sounds like elevator music, doesn't it? Hey, we're trying out some new intro music here for the Jesse T Show. Which ones do you guys like? Oh. It's terrible. I got a new keyboard, and that's all I've been doing is goofing around with the keyboard, man. And I don't know how to play. I'm just putting things together, How about this one? This is a new one that we're doing. And, check. I want to kind of get your input on this one here. What do you guys think about this one? I think it's kind of cool. Check it out. Here we go. Ready? We call this house. Like that one, Paula? Saying hi to Aaron Handy the third, who has us on. Checking out some new intro music for the Jesse T Show. Got one more after this. We call this House. Twitty Bushman says, it's okay. How about this one? Let's see if you guys like this one here. Let's see. You might like this one here. Let's see. Call this one. Let's call this one. I haven't heard this one in a couple of weeks. So let's check. It's called Hey. Let's check this one out here. Brand new music for the Jesse T Show. What do you think about this one? Paula Twitty Bushman says she likes this one. It's called Hey. Brand new music for the Jesse T Show. Trying out some new music here. Intros and stingers and outros. Well, it's good to have you along with me, Jesse T, as we get the show going. Thanks for helping out with the music. We're going to goof around like that for the next week or so and see which one you guys like. Hey, RJ Johnson is checking in with us. Hey, RJ, good to have you along with me, Jesse T. Today we're going to be kind of talking about what's going on in current events, and I haven't had an opportunity to do that in quite a while. You know, a big portion of the Jesse T Show a couple of years ago was me getting on the political diatribe. Now, you like that one, huh, Susan? That works? Okay, we got 3, 4, 5, 10 votes for hey. All right, I like that. Okay. Anyway, excuse me, guys. Still fighting this cold. So I thought today, on the Jesse T Show, I'm going to kind of do the political talk. Not so much politics, but I don't know. I got to get some things off my chest every now and then, Andrew Finelli is watching. Hey, Andrew, what's happening? Now, a couple things that are... before I do that, a couple of movies I want you guys to go check out. We're going to have this gentleman, Jerry G. Angelo, on our show next week. Paula Twitty Bushman says, I can't do news anymore. Oh, I know. It sucks. But hey, check out this movie, American Warfighter. Now, I put up the trailer on my Facebook timeline page at facebook.com/Jesse Terrero. Jerry G. Angelo is going to be on the show next week on the 10th. On April 12th, he's got this show. His movie is, the official trailer is debuting across America. Now, this is a heck of a movie. It's a great movie. It talks about some special ops guys and the PTSD that they have. It's a drama. It's terrifically done. It really is a gut-wrencher, and it tells a great story, and it's just beautifully put together by my friend Jerry G. Angelo. He has worked timelessly on this and across the country. And the most important thing is that it contributes to the understanding of what our military men and women go through in terms of PTSD. It's called American Warfighter. Check out the trailer. Paula. You got it. You got to check this trailer out. American Warfighter. Anybody who knows anybody who served or has had family who has served and is going through this, a PTSD struggle, it's a legitimate struggle, guys. And you got to check this out. American Warfighter. Jerry G. Angelo is going to be on the show next week with us on the 10th. Let me see. Yeah, on the 10th, on Wednesday next week, we're going to have Jerry in. He's going to talk about how he put together this movie and how dramatic and how wonderful and what a learning experience and how he became just a fighter for all our vets. Just beautiful. Also, another movie I want you to check out. I posted it up on my Facebook timeline sheet. I posted up the trailer on this, and it's a great movie. It's called A Mustang's Whole Way of Life. The name of the movie is called The Mustang Movie. Now, I'm not talking about fast cars. I'm talking about the horses, the wild Mustangs. This is a wonderful movie. It comes out very, very soon. and I posted it up, their trailer. And what they do, this man was a convict, and they take these wild, untrainable Mustangs, and they hook them up with these wild, untrainable convicts that are in prison serving their sentences. And the bond that is created between this horse and this human it's just overwhelming. It's beautiful. And I want you guys to check it out. 60-second documentary. It's inspired about Mustangs. 60-minute documentary is going to be coming out, and I want you to check it out. The Mustang movie. The trailer is on my Facebook page. It's really beautiful. Really beautiful. Ex-cons bond with wild horses. Okay? And check that out. And then there's a Crazy Wild movie that I wanted you guys to go see on my... I posted this up. This is a fun movie. It's called the Stockholm Movie. And the trailer is going to be out in all the movie houses. It is coming out on the 12th. It's based on an absurd but true story, and there's some terrific people in this. It's about a guy who went and robbed a bank in Stockholm, and it's terrific. You got to check it out. It's got an Academy Award-winning actor in it. It's a great, great, great cast, and I want you guys to see it. Ethan Hawke, Mark Strong are in this. I love Ethan Hawke. I think he was so great in that cowboy movie where it was called the Evil City or something like that. Ethan Hawke was great. Love him. So check that out, okay? So a couple of things right there. If you haven't been out to the hills of the Antelope Valley, Antelope Acres, out there in the hillside in the Palmdale, Lancaster area, you got to go out there. The wildflowers are absolutely stunning. I posted up a picture today of the wildflowers of California. It is unbelievable. If you've never seen such beauty in flowers before, you've got to go here. The blues, the orange, the yellows, the reds, the light blues, the tangerine colors, the browns. It's just gorgeous. And you just got to check it out, okay? Paula Twitty says she has a woman vet. We have a woman vet last year in our group that killed herself and child in our Marine women's group. Yeah, it's horrible. PTSD is a real thing, guys. And Jerry Giangelo is going to be in to talk about that and the American warfighter, okay? So I want you to check that out. One thing, too. Last thing. I posted up on the Facebook site, my timeline. I got to find a dance partner. That's it. I want to learn how to do this great dancing that couples do, ballroom dancing, and they get in competitions and open dancing and country dancing. And man, it looks like so much friggin' fun. I gotta do that. So I posted up a great video. I want to learn how to dance like that couple there. So check it out on the Facebook timeline, Jesse Torero here on Facebook. All right. Okay, so let's move ahead. Let's move ahead right now and talk about some things that I wanted to chat about. One of the things, Paula, it's got to be a lot of fun. I got to do that. It looks like so much fun. Anyway, one of the things that has been bothering me a lot lately, and I've been doing a lot of post-ups about it, perhaps too many, but is Ilhan Omar, the two Muslim women and the socialist activists in the Democratic Party. I don't understand a couple of things here. The story of Ilhan Omar, she was a Somalia refugee. Many people in her family were killed and friends in Somalia. She was rescued and brought to a refugee camp in Germany. She spent about 3 or 4, 5 years there, and then she was able, her and her family, a lot of her family, to come to America. And she grows up in America, some portion of her life, up in the Wisconsin, Minnesota area, and she runs for office, and she wins, and she gets put in Congress, and all she wants to do is put down Jewish people. All she wants to do is put down Israel. All she wants to do is put down our American culture, our American society. All she wants to do is be angry and point her finger and tell us all how rotten and disgusting we are and how filthy we are. And all she wants to do is change everything just because she's Muslim. I don't get it. Somebody who has gotten so much from this country, life. She probably would have been killed, her family in Somalia. Life. A chance. And she slaps the hand that feeds it. I don't get it. How twisted do you have to be to think that way? I don't get it. I'm a Christian. I believe in God. I believe in an omnipotent one. But I don't believe in killing people. I don't believe in anger and violence, unless it has to be done to protect your life or your family. I don't believe that God wants us all to kill just because somebody else doesn't believe what we believe. Perhaps maybe 4,000 years ago in the early parts of the Jewish religion, that perhaps was part of their philosophy. When you read in the Torah or the Old Testament, you see there's a lot of violence. But we've grown as a society. We've grown, and God has grown with us, or some would say God has allowed us to grow. And America was created. It really is the only nation in the whole world that has had the opportunity to excel in ways that were never thought about before in the history of mankind. Yet, people like Ilhan Omar, they get rescued from horror by us, the USA, and then she gets to be a congresswoman. And all she wants to do is destroy this great nation. That's it. And destroy the Israelis and destroy the Jews. Unbelievable to me. So lately I've been writing a lot about this. There are countries in Europe that are completely gone. Germany is one of them. It's completely gone. I have a buddy that lives in Germany, a Wing Chun Kung Fu brother. He tells me it's unbelievable how his country has changed. And he's about 45. France is gone. There are countries in Europe that are completely gone. You should go on the internet and go on those countries' news sites. Not the American news sites to get the information. Go to France, find out what their networks are. Go to Germany, find out what their networks are. Go to Holland, go to Spain, go to Bavaria, Austria, go to Greece, go to Italy. Italy's kicking all the Muslims out. And find out what their news channels are saying about what's going on. They've lost their culture. The Muslims are outbreeding them. They're making more babies. 8.8 to the typical European 1.69 per family. Mathematics, my friend. Mathematics doesn't lie. It's science. All those babies being made are all indoctrinated into the hate and the violence. If you follow the Quran and you want to meet Allah and Muhammad, you must follow the Quran. You don't follow Buddha. You don't follow the Hindi prophets. You don't follow Jehovah. You don't follow Jesus. You don't follow the ancient spiritual religions of indigenous people. You follow what your religious instrument tells you to follow. So you do what that instrument tells you to do. If you think for 1 minute that there are moderate Muslims, okay, living in America today, okay, sure. Let me give you a scenario, though. I have a very good friend of mine who's a Muslim from Iran. His family had to leave Iran. He's Persian. A long time ago when he was a little boy. Because they weren't Muslim enough for the Muslims that took over Iran after the Shah fell. So they had to leave the country. Okay? Now, let me give you a scenario. Just follow me for a second. Follow me just for a second. Moderate Muslim. I'm a moderate Muslim. I believe in the Quran. I am Islamic. I believe that Allah is God and Muhammad is the prophet. And I follow their word in the Quran. And I read it every day before I go to bed. And I pray 5 times a day, somehow, some way. And I'm a moderate Muslim. I love Christians. I love Hindus. I love Buddhists. I love all these different people. Jews, whites, blacks, browns. I'm a moderate, typical American. Love our Constitution. But let's say my country now is taken over by Muslims. And Sharia law is put into place. Straight out of the Quran. Let's say that I am put in a position that I have to say I'm a moderate Muslim or I am a Muslim. What do you think I'm going to do? Do you think I'm going to kiss the Constitution? Do you think I'm going to put my hand on the Holy Bible? Especially if my family's going to be harmed or I may die? What do you think I'm going to do? I'm going to become a Sharia law loving Muslim, jihadist, fanatic, Islamic person, and that's what I'm going to do. It's logic. Hey, in Texas, they already have Sharia courts. In Florida, they have Muslim centers where Muslims don't even go into the court system to solve their problems. They go into their own court system in this country. And there are places in this country that the court system is directing Muslims to go to their own court system. Can you imagine? Can you imagine? If you think I'm goofing around here, let me ask you this question. Do you like what you see in Europe? Do you like what you see in the Middle East? Do you like the fear that Israel, whether you love Jewish people or don't, but do you like the fear that Israel has to live in that kind of lifestyle, behind giant walls and enemies surrounding? Do you like what you see going on in primarily Islamic nations in Africa? Do you like this? Do you like watching the World Trade Towers fall? The Pentagon get hit? The blind sheikh trying to blow up the trade towers in '94 and failed? Do you like the words you see, that you see these people speaking? And two of them are in Congress. The other one threatens the Muslims are coming, and the one that wears the hijab says, I hate Jews, and they're the worst. Do you ever see these people speaking in peace and love and happiness? I'm just observing things. I mean, there are towns in some other countries that are all Muslim now. So if you like that, women, if you like to live in absolute slavery, have all the rights that you have acquired in this great nation, if you like that, if you like to share your man with 3 other women, if you like that, if you like to be subservient, submissive, and get beat up or stoned, if you like that, then go ahead and do what you do. Let them in. That's what Obama did for almost 10 years. Let them in. There's over 1 million of them now in America. In 20 years, mathematics is going to put one in the presidency. That's how fast they propagate. Faster than bunny rabbits. Especially when they're making over 8 babies per family. And Americans are making 2.27. Let them in. What have they accomplished in the last 1,400 years except 100 million deaths? What have they accomplished? What have they created? What have they done positive for the world? I'm just observing. Think about that. Is there anything that they've done? Have they created electronic cars? Sent a man to the moon? Have they created computers? Have they created a better food for us to eat from? Have they created anything? What have they done? Think about it. They've created a lot of war. They created a lot of fighting and murder. But what else have they done? I don't know. Anywhere I look in the news from other countries that have this issue are having the same problems we're having when it comes to these people. You got to ask yourself, is that what you want? Well, if you don't, then you better put a stop to it right now. We better get a wall up. It's not going to stop everybody, but it's just another barrier. We better make sure our Second Amendment never goes away. We better make sure that we triple, quadruple, vet these people and vet them again and again if they come from these nations where primarily Muslim people live. I'm sorry. One bad apple does wreck the barrel. That's just the way it is. I'm sorry. We can't have buildings falling apart anymore and dams exploding. It's just that simple. We better have a rewritten immigration policy that targets certain groups that don't like us, that have publicly targeted the infidels for death and destruction. Because that's what's coming if we allow this to happen. That's what's happening. And I'm afraid we're almost at a point of no return. If it wasn't for President Trump, we would be at a point of no return. Think about that. If you like that life, let them all in. If you don't like that life, you better put a stop to it right now. And don't allow these professional, paid-off, greedy, rat bastard politicians say something that you don't believe in. If you like the Constitution, and you like America, and you like independence and the 4th of July, and you like the Declaration of Independence and the Bill of Rights and the amendments, and you like the Federalist Papers, and you like God and Christianity, and you like the way our country has made the world a better place and gives more to people than any other country in the world and mankind has ever seen in terms of generosity. If you like that, and you want to keep that, and you like English, and you like to be able to sit down and have liberty and freedom and safety, if you like that, you better think twice about letting these people in this country. Because as far as I'm concerned, there are no moderates. You either are or you're not. There's no in between. When push comes to shove, people make a choice. Simple. There's a story that one of our listeners and viewers just is put here. She says that a Spanish family down the street here from her house converted to Muslim. Wife now is wearing a falal hijab cover, and husband now has 3 wives. Funny to say that to me, wrong thing to say to my guy in front of me, asked me if he heard of the Bobbitt case. Oh, I'm sure that guy's really happy, right? Women of America? You want that to happen? Somebody better get out in front of this. I am the best I can. I'm an American. I believe in God, Christianity, the Stars and Stripes, red, white, and blue, the national anthem, the Pledge of Allegiance, I believe in English as our language. I believe in capitalism. I believe in education. I believe in everybody has an opportunity to be part of this great soup if they believe in what I believe and what all Americans believe. And we're the greatest nation, and we've done more for mankind than any other nation before us. I believe in our system. I believe that together we achieve more. And because we've come from other places on this earth to this one point, this one shining, not city on the hill, but this one shining nation on God's blue-green earth, we have been able to become the nation that has saved more people from hellish dictatorship, communism, socialism, fascism, death camps, starvation, dying of sickness, bad water. We have done more for anybody on this planet Earth than anybody. America always comes to the rescue. That's because we are a nation of many others, and we understand. But we understand with a collective view. That's one view. Sorry. You want to be Buddhist and Hindi? I got no problem. But you accept this nation for what it is. You don't come to this country that gives you life and try to tear it down. You do that, you're my enemy. You spew these enemy things out of your mouth, you're my enemy. That's it. That's all it is. It's that simple to me. It really isn't that complicated. Which brings me to the topic of socialism. We have people born in this country now that think that socialism, which is just a fancy word and one step away from communism, is the right way to go. The Democratic Party in the left wing has gone so socialist, it blows my friggin' mind. How can you think for 1 second that capitalism doesn't work when it gave you the right to be born, live life, get an education, support your family in some way through capitalism, hard work and effort, and a payoff for your hard work and effort to give you something that nobody else has on the planet Earth, liberty and freedom. How can you say that doesn't work? Just because there's guys like Steve Jobs or guys like Zuckerberg who are worth, or Bezos who's worth $100 billion, and just because there are homeless people on the street, you say it doesn't work? I say it does work. You could be worth $100 billion someday. It's capitalism that gives you the ability to become what you want to be and to be as much of it as you can possibly be. It's your ingenuity, your creativity, your brain, your heart and passion, your soul, your education, and your guts that get you to the highest mountaintops of the world. And sometimes just some luck. So how can socialists say capitalism doesn't work? You can't take money from others and spread it. No one's going to come in my house and take my money. Are they going to come into your house and take your money? Are you going to let that happen so somebody down the street can get some of your money? What? So many young people don't even know the difference between socialism and capitalism and fascism and communism. Here, let me explain it to you very simply. Capitalism, I'll talk about last. Communism. Everything is owned by everybody. All right? And everything that is owned by everybody is directed by somebody. One person. Fascism. Everything that everybody makes and produces and owns is owned by the state. And the state tells you what you can do, what you can't do, what you can do when you can do, what you can't do when you cannot do. Where you can distribute your stuff, where you can't distribute your stuff. Okay? Socialism, real simple. Real simple. Here's the difference. Socialism, it takes from everybody else and spreads it out to everybody else, so nobody has more than anybody. Really. Nobody has more than anybody. Really. Capitalism is you work hard. You have an opportunity to become anything you want. And you work hard and you acquire and you can affect change in a positive way. No government tells you what to do or what not to do. In socialism, you're directed by a select few people that tell you what you can do and what you can't do. And that is what you can keep and what you can't keep. Socialism. They take and spread. Fascism. The government tells the companies and the people, oh, yeah, you can make ball bearings, but you cannot make steel rods. Sorry. And you're going to take those ball bearings and you can only sell them in August. That's fascism. Communism is, oh, everybody owns everything and I have the last say as to who gets what and how much. It's just that simple. Now, you tell me, what platform do you want to live under? Do you want to live under any of those? Or do you want to live under the ability to become somebody, to make something, to become rich and wealthy, or to live a happy life? Socialism always fails. Historically, socialism creates death, loss. Socialism creates hunger, thirst. Socialism creates destruction. Look at Venezuela. Look at any country ever that brought on socialism. Look at them. Nobody's coming into my house to take my money. If they do that, they're gonna meet head on with an AR-15 and a 30-round clip. Thank you. No one's taking my money. It's just that simple. Did you know that the concept of capitalism is not taught anymore in schools? Think about that for a second. We all have to be just like everybody. We have to have a trophy just because we participated. We all have to be made to feel good, and our emotions are so important. We all have to just be patted on the head. We all have to be told it's okay. That's what we all have to do. We don't get graded anymore. What we do is we get a check mark. You're okay, an okay mark. Nobody fails anymore. The strongest doesn't win anymore. The weakest wins. We aren't even taught capitalism anymore. even in our games that we play, even the things that we learn about in school as youngsters. We're taught to become part of the herd, not to be the leader, not to be the shepherd. That's what we're taught. That's what you want? And that's what you like? You want to receive freebies your whole life? Really? You think that's good? What happens when it stops? Because it does stop. Look at Venezuela. Socialism does not work. And if we allow this to take hold with our current democratic politicians, well, my friends, it's the end of America as we know it. It's the end of America as we know it. The Green Deal, $100 trillion. Really? Everybody gets a free house, free rent, free money? Really? And you think that would last? Unbelievable. Don't get swayed by the freebie talk. Don't get swayed by it. Socialism is not the way to go. It just is not. Not for our country. It's not what made our country great. Socialism did not. Capitalism did. Believing in Christianity and Judeo-Christian ideologies did. Not believing in Muslim Islamic thought. Show me one nation in this country, in this world that has taken on that ideology that is anywhere near the wealth of America, nor has helped anywhere near the amount of people around this planet Earth for 300 years, almost. You show me one Islamic nation that has done that. Show me one. You can't. We cannot let these two things happen in our country. We cannot be dominated by this idea of socialism, extreme leftists. We cannot be dominated by this idea that our country will allow itself to become a Muslim nation. Sorry. We just can't. It's that simple. For me, it's not much of a thought. I like America. Don't you? Don't you like this country? And has this country done good for somebody in your family? Even the poorest people in America are better off than some of the middle class people in other countries. Yeah. Unbelievable. So think about those two things. It's important that you do, because if you don't think about them, the politicians are going to think for you, and they only care about greasing their pockets. That's all they care about. That's all they care about, greasing their pockets. Last thing I'm going to talk about is immigration. Immigration it's real simple for me. It's a real simple concept. You don't come to this country unless you have the proper paperwork to get here. Simple. And if you're here illegally, you go home. Simple. We are in a crisis. 100,000 people a month are crossing the border. The professionals are telling you that. They're letting you know. We cannot be overrun by people from Central America. We can't. Unless you want America to be a different culture. We have to stop illegal immigration at all costs. I'm sorry. If we got to move the United States 1st Infantry Division down to cover the 2,000-mile border and go and have draft reinstated, then that's what we have to do. We have to stop the drugs. We have to stop the human trafficking. We have to stop the crime, MS-13, 18th Street, all the gangs, drug cartels. We have to stop this. And the only way we stop it is to stop it at the border with every way possible. And that includes a wall, satellite. It includes infrared. It includes guys on horses, guys on off-wheel vehicles. It includes drones. It includes cameras. It includes listening devices. It includes sonar. It includes every possible thing. And a wall. And the rewriting of our immigration laws. It's that simple. There's nothing too complicated about this. There really isn't. It's pretty much that simple for me. What's going on down there now is unbelievable. And we're allowing this to happen. That's one thing that President Reagan did horribly, and that was allow amnesty. Because he opened the doorway for this. Close the borders, President Trump, so we suck up the dollars. Mexico needs our money more than we need them. Believe me. Close the borders. Mexico will get on board. Central America, stop giving them money. That simple. Stop giving them money. That simple. Super vetting. Vet again, vet some more, and then vet again and some more before you let any one of these people in. Just remember 9/11. And this brings me to the last thing that I wanted to talk about today. I don't get it. I don't get all this racism. I don't get all this hatred. I don't get just because you're not a certain color, you're bad. I don't get white people hating black people, brown people, Asian people. I don't get black people hating white people, brown people, Asian people. I don't get Asian people hating black people, white people, brown people. I don't get it. I've never gotten it. I've never understood how that could be. In 2019, are you kidding me? Hate and race baiting and hate mongering has gotten worse in my lifetime. I look back on the 80s and the 90s and the 70s, and I say, what happened to that America? We were all going along at a pretty good clip. Things were getting better for everybody. Now it's like this racism, guys, is bringing on segregation. This racism is bringing on, that's a black man's faucet, that's a white man's faucet, that's a brown man's faucet, and that's an Asian's faucet. And we better not drink from any of those other faucets, that's for sure. We better not, because their water drinking could hurt us because they drank water there. Really? Really? You really believe that? What I don't like is this. And this is what bothers me. I don't like racist people. If you're black and you're racist, I don't like you. You understand me? If you're white and you're racist, I don't like you. You understand me? If you're brown and you're racist, I don't like you. You understand me? If you're Asian and you're racist, I don't like you. If you're Muslim and you're racist, I don't like you. If you're Jewish and you're racist, I don't like you. If you're Buddhist and you're racist, I don't like you. If you're Hindi and you're racist, I don't like you. If you're Christian and you're racist, I don't like you. If you're Catholic and you're racist, I don't like you. You know why? Because I don't like people that are racist. I don't like hate mongers. I don't like those people. And I got no problem telling you that. No problem at all. That's not what America is about. That's not what America is about. America is about a land where we all come together. We may not like each other, but we come together and we have an understanding, and we all love our Constitution, and we all love our Declaration of Independence, our Bill of Rights, our amendments. And we all believe in the American way. It's really that simple for me. It doesn't change. It's really very, very, very simple. I don't like people who are evil. It's the Jesse T. Show.
How you feel the power of the kitchen?
If you don't like this country, go back to where you came from.
How you feel the power of...
If you can't come to this country legally, go back to where you came from. If you don't like God, go back to where you came from.
How you feel the power of the kitchen?
If you don't like the Constitution, the Declaration of Independence, the Bill of Rights, the amendments, the Federalist Papers, if you don't like our flag, our song, go back to where you came from. If you don't like people that are not like you, go back to where you came from.
How you feel the power of the kitchen?
You want to commit crime? You want to rape, rob, pillage? You want to human traffic? You want to spread drugs? You want to do violence? You want to kill and murder? Your life will end. I'll vote for stronger rules to put you down. Go back to where you came from. Understand, America will prevail. America will survive. America's great. Our military is great. Our people are great. Our culture is great. And anybody who's watching me around the world, we are better than you. Thank you. But we will help you. We'll be first on the spot because that's what we're about. We walk the walk. We talk the talk. We're Americans. God bless America. You don't believe in any of that? Go back to where you came from. The Jesse T Show. Yours truly, me. You can't help but being me, Jesse T. Monday through Friday, 5 to 6 right here. Dan the Man and I are going to be out and about on Friday. Check it out. Woo! Let a friend know where you can find us. We're podcasting now on YouTube, LinkedIn, Twitter, and Facebook.
Now you feel the power of the kingdom.
See ya!